Hi, today we are going to discuss about the standard cost estimate in SAP S/4HANA system, how the standard cost estimate we are performing. Okay, so what are the costs involved when we are running standard cost estimate for a finished material? So before that, we should know what are the direct and indirect cost. Okay, so there are different things which are used in the standard cost estimate of your product, like materials. If you are going to do manufacturing of a product, you require material, and even labor also you required, and some kind of expenses. So based on the nature of cost, we are dividing into two things. Okay, one is direct and indirect. So direct means whatever cost is involved directly in the manufacturing of a product, that is direct cost. If any cost which is involved indirectly in the manufacturing of a product is indirect cost. Okay, so coming to material, when we are producing a material, if you know what are the components we have to use, then those materials we will treat as a direct material. Indirect materials, we are not having clear idea what is the consumption of materials we are going to use, so that is indirect cost. If you take an example of tea manufacturing, okay, if you are preparing a tea, when you are using milk, sugar, tea powder, you know the quantity of milk, sugar, and tea powder, but you are not having idea about gas consumption, how much gas consumption it is going to take, and cotton usage. Okay, so these are the indirect materials. And even labor, the labor who is directly engaged in the production of a material, we will call him as a direct labor. Indirect labor, there are other laborers who are working indirectly, they are impacting the product of a finished material. Okay, like supervisors, sweepers, maintenance laborers, and gardeners, they are indirectly impacting the product of a finished material. And expenses which are incurred or which can be identified, so directly, those are direct expenses like consulting fees and surveys, design. So these are the direct expenses. And other expenses like insurance, rent of a manufacturing plant, and salaries, and advertising, these are the indirect expenses. Okay, and coming to cost, there are two types of cost we can decide. One is fixed cost, another one is variable cost. So when we say fixed cost, irrespective of the production volume, the cost is fixed, like salaries, rent, insurance. So these are the fixed cost. Okay, variable cost. Variable cost is going to change based on the production volume. If the production volume is going to increase, then it is going to impact your direct material and direct labor. Okay, increase or decrease, whatever it may be. Okay, so these are the basic things we have to know before performing the standard cost estimate. In SAP system, if you want to do the standard cost estimate of a finished material, there are two transaction codes you have to perform. One is CK11N, another one is CK40N. CK11N is used to do standard cost estimate of a single material. In this transaction code, we just save the standard cost estimate, and to do marking and release, again we will use CK24 transaction code. Okay, and another transaction code, that is CK40N. This is the transaction code where we have to run the standard cost estimate for multiple materials at a time. Here we will run the standard cost estimate and mark and release all together we will do in a single transaction code. Okay, so when you are marking the standard cost estimate, the price is going to update in the future. Okay, after releasing the standard cost estimate, then the future price is going to update in the current standard cost. Okay, so what are the things required when you are doing the standard cost estimate? Like costing sheet, you need a costing sheet, you need cost to component structure, and you need costing variant, bill of material or bill of quantity, work center, routing, and activity rates. Costing sheet is used to calculate indirect overhead. Cost to component structure is used whatever components we are using in the standard cost estimate of a finished product. To see the breakup of that, we will use the cost component structure. And costing variant. Costing variant is used how the costing has to be performed. What is the valuation it has to take when you are using the components in the finished material, how the component values are considering, and activities, how the values to be considered, overhead, what costing sheet it has to consider, and when you are processing externally and subcontracting, so how the system has to take the priority of the sequences. Okay, so those we are maintaining in the costing variant is having different again parameters that we will see. And bill of material or bill of quantity, here whatever components required to do manufacturing of a product, we are specifying the quantity only in the bill of material or bill of quantity. Work center is the place where the work is taking place, like mission is one work center, labor is a work center. So they are they are the persons who are taking care of the finished material. And routing means the sequence of operations, whatever work centers we have created here, so we are maintaining in a sequence. Like we can divide into different sequences, sequence 10, sequence 20, sequence 30. In the first sequence, what material it has to sell, what is the output of that. In the second sequence, operations, we can call it as a operation, first operation, second operation, third operation, it depends how many operations we are planning to do manufacturing of a product. So those operations we are maintaining in a sequence in the routing. Okay, then activity rate means how many hours the machine is working and labor is working, those we are maintaining in the routing. And the rate of activity, like per hour, the rate of machine per hour, labor cost, all we are maintaining in the activity. So when you are running the standard cost estimate, system is considering all these parameters and updating the standard price of the material. Let us take an example. So we are going to in the system, we will run one standard cost estimate and we'll see how it is going to. So CK11 is a transaction code where we will use standard cost estimate for one single material. This is the material I am taking, and plant, and costing variant. So costing variant is important to run the standard cost estimate. After giving all the parameters, click on enter. So lot size is taking from the material master, which we maintain in the costing tab. Okay, so today's date, continue. Okay, so here now the system is derived cost of goods manifest 3404. Now we will see the itemization. So what are the total items involved in this finished material? Okay, here we can see different items and how the system is going to calculate each and every item. So we will see that the major thing is here valuation. When you go to valuation costing sheet, let us see the costing sheet. If you double click on that, it will take you into the costing sheet. Click on this costing sheet. This is the costing sheet which we are using in the standard cost estimate. Now double click on the costing sheet rows. Here we can see the costing sheet structure. This costing sheet structure is used to calculate indirect overhead calculation. Here base, this is the material cost. In the material cost, whatever components we are using, like raw materials, packing materials. So here we are going to specify the cost elements. In the base we are given the cost element group. This cost element group is having the combination of cost elements of the components, like raw material is a consumption, raw material consumption account, packing material consumption account, whatever components we are using, those consumption GL accounts we are using in this cost element group. So let me take you into the cost element group. KAH3 is a transaction code to see the cost element group. This is the cost element group which we can see. So here we can see the cost elements: raw material consumption, packing material consumption, SFG consumption. So these are the cost elements which we maintain in the base of the material. So here we maintain here. Then material overhead. So material overhead means whatever value is deriving here in this material cost, on that we are calculating the material overhead. So if you see the material overhead, so here we can see the material overhead. Here there are two things, one is actual and second one is planned. So this is the one where we can see 12%. This is the planned material overhead. This material overhead is on the material cost. Okay, 12% is. So here what I'm going to do, I'm going to maintain that in the Excel sheet. So let you take into that. So if you see material overhead 12% I have maintained here. This is the 12% which we maintain in the material overhead. This is calculating on the material cost. Okay. Now go back. Now production. So here this production, what are the base cost elements we have assigned here? Okay. So here we can see the base of here production. We have given the cost elements are uh, activity. I mean machinery cost elements and labor cost elements. While creating the activity type, we have given the secondary cost elements. So those cost elements we have given in the cost element group. So now let us see that. So cost element group, whatever we have given in the costing sheet ZP00. So here we can see machinery cost, labor cost and other cost. So these are the cost elements which we have assigned in the activity type. Okay. So here in this cost element group, we have given the secondary cost elements. Okay. So on this production cost, we are having manufacturing overhead or production overhead. So again here we can see what is the overhead we have maintained. So here we can see there are two things, one is actual and two is plan. So here the plan production overhead is 10 percentage. So I have maintained here production overhead plan is 10 percentage. So okay, so that is clear now. Costing sheet we have discussed now. Now going to the quantity structure. So this quantity structure, what it is having, it is bill of material. So in this bill of material, whatever components we are using, this is the finishing material. This finishing material is having these two components, 677, 678. So I will see here 677. So this is the finishing material which we are going to do the standard cost estimate. This finishing material is having two components, 677 and 678. And quantity is taking from the bill of material. In bill of material we have maintained quantity as 1. If you see here, this is the one quantity and another one is one quantity. How system is deriving the price? So system is deriving the price from the material master. Here we can see the price of this material, which is 1000. So here we can see 1000 for this 677. And going back, and other material. So the other material, we will see the price of that. Again I'm going to bill of material, and 678 is another material. So we will see the price of this material in the material master. So here we can see 2000. Okay, so I'm going to maintain that here 2000. So based on this, your material cost is these two components total. So 1000 and 2000. Okay, that is 3000. Then overhead cost, material overhead, this is maintained 12% in the costing sheet, that is 360. And activities, there are two activities we are using. This is the price which is coming from the KP26. This is also price coming from the KP26. These are the planned quantity. These two planned quantities are coming from the routing. In the routing, we have maintained how many hours the machine is working and how many hours the labor is working. So we have maintained these two in the routing. So these two are coming from the KP26. This material overhead percentage is coming from the costing sheet. Okay. And here the total activities, the sum of these two, 16 plus 24 is 40. Production overhead, again here production overhead is 10 percentage. This is also coming from the costing sheet. This 10 percentage is on this 40. So that is 4. Okay. So the total standard cost estimate is 3404. So now we will see what is the total standard cost estimate of this material. So here we can see 3404. So here I am going to do subtotal at item category level. So we can see total material cost is 3000. Okay, and here this is the material overhead, and here it is production overhead. This material overhead 360 is calculating on the material cost, 12% on this material cost. Okay, that is 360. Then production overhead is calculating on the total activities, that is 40. Okay, 10% on this 40 is 4. So this is the way how system is calculating standard cost estimate of this material. And here we have to know that costing variant is important, where we have to understand how the system is going to calculate. So this costing variant, when you are saving the standard cost estimate, so this costing variant is going to use, and it is going to decide whether it has to save or not save. Okay, and there are different parameters we are using in the casting variant. These are the control parameters in the casting variant we are using. So casting type, this casting type is going to use like whether the price has to update as a standard price or whatever. So here we are going to specify this, what type of valuation we are going to, and save parameters also. So all the details we are maintaining in the casting type. And valuation variant, in the valuation variant we are specifying how the materials are going to evaluate. And here we are going to specify the strategy sequence. First, system will look into planned price. If it is not available, then it will go to the next strategy sequence. So till the end it will look one by one. Wherever the price is identified, then system will take that price to calculate the standard cost estimate. Okay, and here activity types, how the activity types to be considered, price and subcontracting. When you are sending the material to subcontracting, so what is the strategy sequence? Even you are doing the external processing, so what is the strategy sequence it has to? So even overhead also, what overhead it has to consider in your standard cost estimate, you are going to maintain all the details over here. Okay, so that is valuation variant. Date control, date control means when you are running the standard cost estimate, the costing date from what date it has to default, and costing date to quantity structure date, so all the details you are going to default. Okay, and the quantity structure control, like BOM and routing, how system has to determine what are the applications, so that we are going to specify. And transfer control, so transfer control means when you are doing the standard cost estimate of one plant. Okay, so do this same standard cost estimate to be transferred to another plant also, if you are maintaining the same details. So in that case we will maintain the transfer control. Okay, so reference variant, so here we don't have any reference variant. And quantity structure, so quantity structure means how the system has to update the details we are maintaining. Even additive cost also, if you want to add any additional cost to the standard cost, we will use additive cost. And update, so when you are running the standard cost estimate here, uh, we are selecting all the options, like if you want to see logs any, and if you want to see the itemization, and saving all the details. Okay, and assignment, here these are the assignments we are going to use. Cost component structure, which we are assigning to our company code. Okay, here we can see the cost component structure which is assigned, and costing versions, and cost component split in controlling area currency. If your controlling area currency is different from the company code currency, and if you want to transfer that to your controlling area currency, we will use this uh, cost component split in controlling area currency as well. So that is about the costing variant. And the another one is costing cost component structure. So cost component structure also important. So that we will see where we will do cost component structure. The transaction code is OKTZ. Here we can see the cost component structure. Okay, if you go to cost components, here this is the breakup of cost. Like we said in the costing sheet, material cost, but in that material cost we do have raw material cost, packing material cost. So here we are going to bifurcate. We are going to split cost into different components, like raw material cost, packing material cost, material overhead, production overhead, like this. So here we are going to uh, break up of our cost into different components. For that purpose we will use cost component structure, and we will assign here cost elements to the cost component structure. So let me show you that. So here if you see, so these are the cost elements which we have assigned to our cost component structure. 10 raw material cost, 20 packing material. So different cost elements. These are the consumption account, raw material consumption account, packing material consumption account. Okay, if any other materials you are using, those material consumption. So here we are going to maintain all the details. And after maintaining that, we are assigning to the our company code. So T001 plant, I'm going to give the masking, so which is applicable to all the plants. And this is the cost component structure assignment. So that is about cost component structure. Now I am going to save the standard cost estimate. Okay, save it and continue. So the cost estimate has been saved. Now we will mark and release. So CK24 is the transaction code is used to mark and release the standard cost estimate of the finished material. So here I'm going to use the company code, plant, and the material 676. And marking allowances we can see here. So it is assigned marking allowances. Go back, execute. I'm keeping the test run. One material is considered. Go back. So here two line items are coming. One is in company code currency, another one is controlling area currency. There are two currencies assigned. Okay, so test run, remove test run and execute. So after removing the test run and when you run the marking, this price is going to update in the material master. Okay, now let me see in the material master 676 and T001. If you go to casting 2 tab, in the casting 2 tab we can see the price updated in the future. So after marking, standard cost estimate results are updating in the future. Okay, so here you can see the price 3404. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to release the standard cost estimate, remove test run, select release and execute. Okay, here we can see one material which is considered in the standard cost estimate. Now I am going to remove the test run and execute. So after this, the system is going to update the price in the material master in the column current. So here we can see. Now I am going to see MM03, enter, enter. So here we can see casting 2 tab. So here we can see the price which is updated 3404. This is the price which has been updated in the material master. If you click on that, then it will show you the result of standard cost estimate which we have performed. So when you run the standard cost estimate after releasing, there is a impact in the finance. Okay, there is an accounting document generating. If you have performed already standard cost estimate, and second time if you are doing the standard cost estimate, if there is a change in the price and the quantity also existed in the material master, then system is going to update, okay, document for that. So here we will see any accounting document is generating or not. It did not update because there is no value change. Okay, and because value is considering by calculating quantity as well as price, so there is no quantity, so system did not update any accounting document for this one. So this is the process we have to run the standard cost estimate in the SAP system.